Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Back to the LG booth to see what's new. You got some new technology you're going to show me?
For sure. So the first thing I want to call is the a-coil application.
Okay.
We never had an a-coil before, but then there was a demand in the market, especially in the Ontario market where the gas furnace, the people still wanted to use the gas furnace. They don't want to rip out at all. We had a solution called vertical AHR, but then that takes care of the person taking care of getting rid of the gas furnaces, right?
Right.
So to supply that, we supply the a-coil that can mount on top of the gas furnace.
Okay.
By using this, they can utilize the electricity heat pump, very efficient way to heat down to a certain temperature, right? And then utilize gas furnace as a dual fuel application. Right?
So what's the advantage to using your packaged indoor unit? Because what people are typically doing now is they might be using a packaged one or just buying a second-hand one.
Right.
So for you guys, what's the advantage of using the LG indoor unit with the outdoor unit?
Inverted compressor.
Right.
Inverted compressor. A lot of the unitary markets right now has on and off compressors.
Yep.
But by using the LG outdoor units, we all have inverted compressors built in.
Right.
And the benefit of inverted compressor is actually we can modulate the compressor hertz. It's not always going to ramp up and turn off, right? We're modulating to provide that efficient heating throughout the time.
So that's something I'm glad you brought up because it gets missed a lot. As somebody who's still directly involved with a lot of the work in the field, is people utilize inverter technology, they'll use somebody else's air handler unit, and at that point you've thrown away the efficiency of the outdoor unit.
Exactly.
It's just dumb. It's either on or off, it can't modulate.
Exactly.
So based off that, you got a really nice packaged indoor unit. What capacities does it come in right now?
Right now it goes up to 42K.
Okay, perfect.
42K.
Perfect. So basically 3.5 ton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the market is available down to like 3 tons or 2 tons in the Canadian markets, Ontario markets. So we got the solution for that.
Awesome. Yeah, the new construction, there's a lot smaller loads coming out. Like it's not unusual to see 1.5 ton, 2 ton or smaller. What about a dual fuel application? So if you got into a home that's a little bit bigger, does this technology support a dual fuel scenario?
Yep. Our outdoor unit is equipped with the 24 volt thermostat inputs. So we can communicate with the third-party furnace thermostats, and then utilize that logic to turn on the furnace and the a-coil.
Perfect. So this is the outdoor unit. Walk us through what's unique about your outdoor unit.
So outdoor unit, as you can see, is the first thing that you'll notice is a different color.
Yep.
Right. So we've been getting a feedback saying that let's change the color a bit. Let's change a bit. Right. So we decided to go with the black color
instead of the other. It's like
instead of other white versions. Right.
Technically, those aren't colors, are they? So you went from white, you went to the black. Yeah, I like the black. I think it's sharp.
Yeah.
I think it's sharp. I like the white as well. So, but this was feedback from customers then that go with the black.
Feedback from the customers that want to go with the black. And then as soon as I saw the black in the factory, I was like, you know what, this is the way to go. And then we've been pushing HQ for the black version.
Now, I'm going to pick up on something that I really like about this design. And I guarantee you that your engineers thought about this. So you guys have a really nice logo. It's a very vibrant logo. Yeah. And I've noticed in your outdoor unit that you did not use that logo, and I know why. From a UV standpoint, this logo would look so bad after being installed next to my house for a couple of months. I know that because I pilot technology in my home from time to time. Had a really nice unit, had a great logo. Guess what it looked like after a while? So the attention to detail that you guys put into this unit, I guarantee you that's not an accident. Go ask somebody, but I bet you that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure that was not an accident as well. They do in-depth thinking on designing stuff.
Well, that speaks to engineering when you're like, we got to think about every little thing, including don't put a red decal on the outdoor unit. So,
exactly.
What else is unique in this unit?
So as I mentioned, it actually has a terminal to get the signal from the third-party furnace thermostat.
Yeah.
So it can be connected to any of the third-party thermostat.
Right. So I can use the outdoor unit with your indoor unit, or I can use the outdoor unit with a standard on-off existing control inside.
Correct.
Sweet.
And also another thing is this guy can be connected with not only the a-coil, but then also with other split indoor units that we have. We have various types of indoor units.
Vertical
AHUs, cassettes, not the Walmart units, but then vertical AHU, cassettes, ducted unit. This guy can be connected to all of them.
And so connected, like from a low voltage wiring standpoint, or I can actually run refrigerant lines from this to one of those cassette units as well?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
It's a universal compatible equipment.
That's really slick. So you built an outdoor unit that if you want to use an air handler like inside, or if you want to use a cassette, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's the same outdoor unit.
That's pretty slick. Yeah. So you guys are using an ultra cold climate heat pump. Do you know roughly what the outdoor temperature design for this is?
These guys, we come in the two different product categories. One called LG Red, reliable to extreme degrees.
Okay.
That one is rated down to minus 25 Celsius.
Okay.
Right. But then you can operate even further down. It's just that minus 25 is the temperature that LG guarantees that it will operate down to.
Right.
Standard models, it can go down to minus 20.
Okay.
Right. But with the new outdoor units, LG Red, we're providing 100% heating down to minus 15 Celsius.
Gotcha.
Right?
And you guys are utilizing vapor injection to get you down to those
Yes.
nice, really low temperatures.
Yes, for the high
outside.
capacity ones, yes, the vapor injection
Okay.
technology is embedded in there.
And then refrigerant-wise, you guys using R32 basically through your entire line?
Correct.
And what was the driving force for you guys to transition to R32?
I mean, there was debate between the 454B and R32. There is pros and cons for both, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 454 is greater.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say R32 is greater than the 454B. But then the biggest driver was that GWP was still under 700 mark.
Yeah.
The cost of the refrigerant is a lot cheaper than the 454B.
Okay, good to
And then
know.
the fact that it's a pure refrigerant, it's not a blend.
Yeah.
For serviceability, it doesn't have to be in the liquid state. It can be a gas or liquid. It doesn't matter because it's a pure blend, a pure
Gotcha.
refrigerant, right? So those things combined together, we thought that the R32 was a way to go. But then also at the same time, we know that the R32 is not the final stop.
Yeah.
Right? Our R&D team is continuously investing their time to develop equipment with a better refrigerant that has possibly GWP of 0.
Yeah.
Right. So that's our end goal right now. But then we take R32 as a midterm temporary solution.
Yeah. R32, it requires, from my understanding, it requires a lot more engineering, whereas the 454B, you can utilize some things that you couldn't utilize in a R32 engineering platform.
Right. As far as I understand, the discharge pressure of the R32 is higher than 454B. I might be wrong. But yeah, for that, it requires a lot more engineering to control the refrigerant flow, refrigerant cycle with this R32. But LG R&D guys, they pulled it out.
Yeah.
It's a really nice unit that operates very well.
Well, as you say, it's a transition refrigerant. We're all excited for R290, at least I am. Like R290 is going to bring some interesting challenges and opportunities, but it's a good looking unit. You have two different units. You have one that's a single fan that I was getting all excited about your logo. So what's the difference between the single fan and the two fan? Is it just capacity?
It's mainly capacity, Obviously, with the two fan units, it gives you that height, broader heat exchanger footprint area to utilize that heating capacity at the low ambient condition. With the single place, obviously, it has less footprint area for the heat exchanger, less capacity. Right?
Yeah.
What we wanted to do is we wanted to minimize the equipment's footprint area as well.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't want to make it greater that takes up a lot of footprint area.
Yeah.
That is why we kept the same footprint area, but then we increased the height to achieve that bigger capacity.
Yeah.
That's what we have done. That's the main difference between the two.
It's a unique design. I really like it. I'm really a big fan of this new fan design too.
Yeah.
It's super quiet.
Yeah, it is super. Like they call it a biomimetic design.
Okay.
We use a humpback whale fin design for this fans.
Yeah.
So they're using the nature design to implement this technology.
Now, is that a 600 volt fan?
I have no.
Okay,
I'm
that
not
was
too
the
sure
one
on
thing
that
I got on them. Was
Yeah.
some of those fans, the voltage is a little bit unique on them, but very quiet. And
It is.
you definitely don't hear the unit running. Whenever I hear them running, it's you can tell it's running, but it does not sound like a traditional heat pump.
Correct.
So cool.
Correct.
Well, thanks for showing it to us.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.